What is going on, guys? How are you? Welcome back to the channel. My name is George, and in today's video we'll be talking about something that I never used to put a lot of emphasis on when I started collecting watches, but as soon as the collection started growing and actually this came into picture, you soon realize how good and how important these things are. In today's video, we'll be talking about the Mirage Luxury Travel Roll, and this one costs around $69, but it definitely feels and looks like it costs a lot more. This one was sent in to me for a review by the company, so just bear that in mind as we're going through the rest of the video. I'll leave all the relevant links into the description box below. Check them out. There's some affiliate links in there as well for AliExpress, and also be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't so. And now let's get into the rest of the video. So guys, let's get started. Just to have a bit more structure on the video, I will divide this review into 4 different points that we will address as the video goes on. So price, design, build quality, and practicality. Now, what do we have in front of us? We have a travel roll that holds 3 watches. Now, the watches, by the way, that I have in front of me here, this is a bit of a preview of what's to come, but we're here to talk about the travel roll. So stick around for the reviews in the near future. So let's start with price. This one costs $69 at the moment, and it's on Amazon. And when you take in consideration similar products and the competition, I think overall this over delivers, and I think is reasonably priced, and for what you get actually is reasonably priced. And the reason why I'm saying this is because after scrolling on Amazon for a little bit, you know, and looking and comparing this with the other products, this one actually stands out, and the way it's made and everything, and it just balances everything really well. There are other rolls in the same price bracket, but they don't look as appealing. They don't have the stitching, they don't have the caps here, and they don't look that good. And as soon as you get this in hand, you see how good this thing looks overall, you would actually be impressed, I have to say, for the price. In terms of design, guys, there is no doubt that this is a good looking watch case. It's well finished inside and outside. You have the logo stamped in between the caps here just to kind of add a bit of more balance and character. The base is flat, so it doesn't roll, so you can just have this sitting on a desk next to your other watch boxes, and this, I have to say, will look much better. I have the black one, but they do also do one in a coffee and an espresso finish. On the inside, you have 3 separate compartments with these sliding pillows. So the pillows are nice, and they're nice and soft, and there's enough in here, there's enough space in here on both sides. So if I put this back in, let me just put that back in there. So there's enough space in here on both sides, so even in the front and even on the back of the case for larger watches. The pillows are very easy to pull out, and as you can see, and they're very easy to put in as well. And when the watch case is closed, it doesn't make a lot of noise, like they don't move around, and actually dividers themselves, I don't know what they're made out of, but they feel like they're made out of one piece. I think this is kind of some kind of a resin something, or I'm not entirely sure, but they feel very, very solid, and I have to say they probably might outlive the actual case. And I know it may sound a bit weird, but personally, one of the things that I like most about it is the way it closes. So you get a perfect close all the time. The way the caps actually align every time. So I'll just open it, you take your watch out, and then you close it back, and there's never any misalignment. So that's the one thing that I like most, that everything is like cut to perfection, and it fits every time you close it in. So that was a nice thing, I have to say. Let me just open that for you guys to have another look here. The sliders here, so these are all very nice and solid, and the way they're dressed. Pulling the watch out, I'm just going to take that out. So I don't know what out of these, again, these sounds like a plastic, not entirely sure, but then again, the pillows are nice and soft, and there's also enough space. So even if you put the pillow in wrong, turning it around like that, as you can see, the watch, it's still enough space, so the watch kind of touches the back of the back of the case there, but still enough space when you close it, as you can see here, so your watch doesn't get damaged. So I have to say, like, it's really nice, and after having it for a while and testing it, I have to say I was impressed by testing it, as in pulling watches in and out of it, because I didn't do much traveling. The third point that we will address, guys, is the build quality. So in terms of build quality, this is made out of PU leather, which is not real leather. So in the long run, this will not age very well. I think mine already has a scratch here. So this was just me having it on my desk and probably moving it a couple of times. So it's crashed very, very easy. The caps look very well placed, so they're nicely balanced. I keep talking about that just because I like it. I have stitching on the top here, and it kind of goes all around, but I have to say, as you're going around, so the stitching, let me just pull that out, it continues on the inside here. The inside of it, it's like nice soft material to the touch. The separators, or the dividers between the compartments here are very well, they're pretty solid, and I actually think that they make once the case is closed, they make it feel very, very sturdy, because they hold very well. The pillows are soft, and they're covered in the same kind of brown material that's nice to the touch as well. And also the little sliders here from the dividers are also covered in the same in the same brown material, which I think that after sliding it multiple times in and out, that would actually might come off, because I don't see why they actually have it on it, because from usage, obviously this is not going to hold. It does look good, I have to say, but that might be an issue. But this could be a travel roll or a watch case that you can have your more expensive watches that you don't take out that often. You have the same kind of material covering the separators here. Again, this one is, mine kind of came off a little bit here, but that's okay. This is just, again, me having it on my desk. Closing the case. On the side here, you also have more stitching, but I think these are not necessarily stitched to anything. I think these are glued, so I think that's just for design. That's just for aesthetic. But you do have stitching on the case, so I think this is actually real stitching on the top of the cover here and going along. Overall, it's solid. Aesthetically, it might not hold up, but in terms of protecting your watches and it holding up as a whole, I think it will do that very, very well. The fourth and last point that I'm willing to address is practicality. This is a watch roll, and I have to say it does a damn good job at being a watch roll. It looks great. It does a great job as a watch case alone, even still. So even if you don't use it for traveling, you can have this on your desk and it'll still look good. And you can just use it to store your, like I said, your more expensive watches that you take out on your weekend or on your days off or whatever you do. As a watch roll, you can just throw this in your travel roll. You can just throw this in your bag and have your just 3 watches for your to cover you on 3 different situations, and it stays closed very, very good. So you can be sure that you have this in your bag, and your watches will still stay in there, and they'll be nicely protective. They don't move around. The watches don't. The pillows don't move around a lot. So again, as soon as you have your watches on the pillows here, they will be nice and secure, as you can see here. So they only slide up and down. They do slide up quite easy, I have to say, but it's a nice solid move. So the watches will stay nice and protected in your bag. And overall, I think it's a solid product. And like I said before, I never felt the need to spend a certain amount of money, especially if I don't do a lot of traveling, for a watch case. But again, as this came into place, you kind of see the point, and you realize why certain people do it, and you understand, as in spend a lot more money than, let's say, $70 for a watch case. But yeah, having this that situation, I think no longer applies for me, because now I'm thinking twice about buying something and what kind of product I'm buying, especially when it comes to storing my watches. Guys, that was my review for the Mirage Luxury Travel Roll. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. Again, link for the product in the description below. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for listening to me talk about this travel roll for as long as I did. Give a like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't so far. Thank you very much. Stick around for the reviews for these guys in the near future, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.